and you have a stain on your sweatshirt and you decide, oh, I'm just gonna make a quick run to so-and-so, that's when you meet somebody cute and you're just like, gosh darn. Hi, this is Serena J. Payne, and this is Behind the Music, episode 2, Freedom. So I wrote Freedom my senior year of college. It was around 2017, the fall of 2017 semester. And it was literally after I was like, all right, I'm done, God, with relationships. I finally sacrificed my love life to God. I was at that time, I hadn't dated anybody since high school. And so I was just like, Lord, is there something wrong with me? I was like, I believe I'm beautiful, I'm smart, driven, I'm getting my college education. Like, why am I not receiving any prospects besides the ones that you don't want? And so I was sitting there just questioning. And then I got to a point where I was like, you know what, Lord? Again, many cries and many just like frustrating nights, disappointing nights and everything. I was just like, why does this keep, like, why? Just why? And so I just sat with the Lord and I just prayed and I was just like, Lord, I want a man that is going to love, encourage, and cherish me. I just made a simple prayer, and then the women at my church, I was again telling them about my struggle and how I was just like, what's going on? I was like, when is this gonna happen? They're like, it's gonna happen in God's timing. And I was like, that's not the answer I wanna hear. I wanna see that I can meet him tomorrow. Like, when can I meet Mr. Right tomorrow? But wasn't the case. That wasn't what God had planned for me. And so the women at my church at the time, they encouraged me to write a list of the qualities that I desired in my future husband and pray over the list, and then also pray just for my future husband. So just be like, Lord, I pray for my future husband. I pray that he's ready to pursue me. I pray that you're getting his heart prepared to pursue me and things of that sort. And so that's after I did all of that, I finally got to this point of just kind of peace with my singleness. I was like, I'm okay, I'm content being single. I'm actually happy with my singlehood. I get, I can go and do things, for myself, by myself, with friends, and it was great. And so that's how Freedom got started and how it, kind of came to be. So I'm gonna run through the lyrics in a sense of how things just kind of organically began to flow. Like I said in episode 1, if you haven't watched it, please go and check it out after this video, because it doesn't matter what order you watch them in. But pretty much my songwriting process involves playing a lot of random chords and mumbling random words. If you're a songwriter, that will resonate with you. If you have not a musical bone in your body, that might sound weird, but that's a lot of times how the creative process works. So sitting in my room, just playing around with my guitar, and at that point I was actually starting my first YouTube channel, which again, at the end of this video, I'll link that playlist of my first unofficial EP called Beyond, Courage, something me. I don't remember exactly all the words, but that was my first ever EP. Beyond was just so big because it was just like, this is truly beyond me, I think it's beyond music, courage, and me. And I was just like, I have now like just gone, I went past my comfort zone. I was like, I'm making music finally. I've been wanting to do this. I get to make music. So Freedom was originally called Freedom Outcry, and that is found on my YouTube channel. And I'll link that video at the end so you can listen to the original version of it. The words did not change from the version. There's just some musical differences, musicality. There's more instruments. My recording skills got better. My vocal technique has gotten better since that first time. But so freedom pretty much starts with like, I hear the freedom bell ringing. There's no weight of the world on my shoulders. So that was, like I said, I was just feeling so relieved now that I didn't have to wake up every morning and be like, am I going to meet him today? Am I going to meet Mr. Right today? Because that's a lot of pressure that I don't know if guys do that, but I know us women, we like to put a lot of that pressure. We have to look perfect and act perfect 24/7. And normally when you do all that, you don't meet nobody. But the day that you decide to walk out in sweats and you have a stain on your sweatshirt and you decide, oh, I'm just gonna make a quick run to so-and-so, that's when you meet somebody cute and you're just like, gosh darn, why did that happen? But at this point, like I said, I was hearing that freedom bell. It was like the weight of all that stress that I put on myself was finally being taken. It was taken away, honestly. It was taken away because I was like, I'm putting my faith and my trust in you, Lord, for you to take me to this person to come in to me. And so the Lord, again, he says, I hear Jesus calling my name louder and louder. Literally, he was trying to just get my attention. He's like, you're giving me every other aspect of your life right now except your love life. Like, why is that? Why are you keeping that part away from me? It was like, why are you not wanting to share that? So then the chorus comes and it's just like, I trust in you, oh Lord. I should have cast these cares a long time ago. And that is a direct line to 2 verses in the Bible that are pretty much just saying that, Lord, he said, cast your cares upon me, for I careth for you. He'll give you rest. Like, he's like, you don't have to carry all these burdens on your own. I'm here for you. I'm here to give you peace in whatever, part of life that you're needing that right now. And so when I did that, I was like, the chorus continues. It's like, my liberation has come. I am free. I am free. And it is literally like, my hands are lifted to the sky. I'm surrendering. I'm just ready to receive what you have for me in this season, God. I was like, I'm in this season of singleness. What do you have for me? Like, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to grow as a woman? How do you want me to grow as a woman of God? Just how do you want me to just become a better version of myself? To be the version that when I meet my Mr. Right, it's going to be even better than if I wasn't prepared, if that makes sense. And so the second verse is just really special because, again, it plays on the metaphor of anxiety. And I was totally anxious anytime I left the house. I couldn't even be Serena. Like, I couldn't be myself because I was so wrapped up in having to be this perfect version of myself when that doesn't really exist. And so when God was like, you want a man that's going to love and cherish you for you. You don't have to come up with this secret formula to make this guy fall in love with you. It's like, you should just be able to be your authentic self and he can be his authentic self. And then you guys gel that way. Like, you connect in that authenticity. And so it's like, I can finally breathe. I've been holding my breath far too long. And it's like the pain was pressing on my chest and I felt like I was drowning, but there was no water. So I was just like, again, panicking, freaking out, having all this anxiety about, oh my gosh, I'm still single. Like I was, not even, I probably wasn't even I was like just in my 20s. I may have been 22, 20, I was probably not even 22 at the time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not in a relationship. I see all these relationships and I'm like, that was like me drowning, but there was really no water there. There was nothing for me to really be freaking out about because 1, love can find you at any time. Doesn't matter how old you are. And 2, God he had a plan and he had his like exact perfect timing for me to meet my future husband, which, mind you, maybe I'll do a whole nother video about this, about how I met my husband. But literally, after I wrote this song, after I became content in my singleness, like maybe a month or two later, I met my future husband. And the thing is, I knew him this whole time. In this process of songwriting. But that's the beauty of kind of how God was like, you're not ready because you're not even seeing him. He's right here in front of you and you're not seeing him. So a lot of times just trust God and trust the process, because he will bring that person to you at the right time. And so pretty much the heart cry of this song is the bridge. It's really when you get to that point where you're like, yes, Lord, thank you. And it goes, it's like, your peace that floods me so deep in love, I'm free. And it just repeats, your peace that floods me so deep in love, I'm free. And it's like, you just kind of marinate in the bridge. I think when producing and recording, and mixing the bridge, it was one of my favorite parts, because I get to use strings. I love using strings. And it just, I don't know, you can just kind of sink into the song at that point, and you're just really worshiping. You're just like, Lord, I just am so thankful that I have your peace. Like, I don't need to be stressing and worrying about this thing that I can't control. I can't control who I'm gonna fall in love with, who he's gonna be, where he's gonna be. And up until this point, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to control every single factor, and it's just not possible. So that is freedom. I can probably go on and on about all this, but my biggest thing is just encouraging you to pray for your future spouse. That was the best advice that those ladies at my church gave me, where they were just like, make this list of your desired qualities for your husband. Go really deep. You don't need to, don't skimp out, don't be shallow. Really think of the quality of the relationship that you want with your spouse, and then pray for your future spouse. Like, he or she may not have a name right now because you don't know. You just say, Lord, I pray for my future spouse. I pray that they're ready to pursue me. I know that you are working on their heart like you're working on mine. And it could be that simple. This is Lila, she's having fun. It's like, but it could be really that simple. And so, that is my biggest encouragement, and I just hope that this song has even more resonance to you now, that you understand the background of the story and everything, and hi, girly girl. And so with that being said, thank you guys so much. She wants me to play with her, so I'm gonna head on out. Love you guys, thanks for watching.